So, I keep telling myself that I'm gonna start earlier. I keep starting at the same time. Phooey. Anyways, I'm gonna do the bard thing. Then afterwards, you know. Do the thing. Right, let's start. This is my bard outfit. I like my bard. Oh, no hat. Let's begin with Jihantel. Jihantel. Ah, my dear Gudrak. How good of you to pay me a visit, and a timely one at that. Our friend Sanson, with whom you've journeyed. Sneezed. I met with him, but recently, and it pleases me to say that his labors have finally bore fruit. His proposal of a unit incorporating bards has finally formal approval. Even as we speak, he is rounding up members for the unit's inaugural mission. Now, during our conversation, Sanson mentioned that he has a favor to ask of you. In case you haven't yet heard from him, mayhap you should seek him out. You are like to find him at Quiver's Hold. Here we go. Sanson? Gudrak, it's so good to see you. Our hard work has paid off. My friend, I've received permission to establish my bard unit. Moreover, we've already been assigned our first mission. I couldn't be more pleased. Save for one particular concern. Our new recruits yet lack the experience to embark on an honest-to-God's mission. In seeking to fill our ranks, I immediately thought of you, Gudrak. You are an exemplary amongst... You are an exemplar exemplary amongst bards, and I should be I should be greatly heartened for your participation in our mating outing. I've also taken the liberty of requesting Guidolot's transfer to the unit. With your combined experience and skill, we are bound to leave a splendid first impression. Now then, I will go to receive my orders from Commander Hugh Lesoir. Hugh Lesoir, may I assume that you will join me? May I say that?
May I say that I too have a vaunted interest in young Sanson's success. I shall be personally grateful for you to lend him your aid, Gudrak.
This place looks kind of the best, but I like the pirates more than. Then again, they're basically almost all the same. It's just the darker wood and the hue. Add a symbol that looks like the Caladus's staff. Caladurus? If it isn't Gudrak, by all accounts you were instrumental in the success of Captain Schmidt's previous expedition. We are glad of your cooperation. Now then, allow me to brief you on the mission. Our authors have received our author has received an anonymous letter, one that makes certain claims. We must have your unit verify the truth of it. There is a tome that holds a damning secret pertaining to the autumn winter. Shall you desire it, send your most capable to 9 Ives. 9 Ives. I will be waiting. That was the war between Gradania and Alamigo. But that ended 100 years ago. I live to imagine the secret. What secret could exist that should be so damning? Even now, might this not be a ill-conceived prank, Commander? Our leadership believes it likely to be sure, but it's not a risk they are willing to take. Nay, not with the winds of public sentiment blowing as they are. You all know that our order is involved in the Alliance's relief efforts for the recently liberated Alamigo. Well, there are those amongst the citizenry that disapproves. A small but determined faction that refuses to forget the wrongs of A century passed. They still want Alamigo. They still view Alamigo as a enemy and ardently oppose our reach out a hand of succor. Potentially incendiary can be allowed to stoke the people's discontent, and we must move quickly. Your mission is to make contact with the letter's sender and assert the nature of the secret. You call that a mission? A bloody errand, more like. Can be arsed to handle it yourself, so you floss it on the eager new unit? Well, and if the secret proves inconvenient for Gridania, then what? Will you sweep it under the rug along with all our hard work? Guide a lot. Mind your tongue. You're addressing a superior officer. So you are the infamous Guide-a-lot. Worry not, my friend. Whatever the secret turns out to be, I give you my personal assurance that you and yours will receive due credit for its discovery. That's good enough. That's good enough for me. It'll be forever since me and Gudrak last performed together, and I just want to enjoy the moment. No complicating factors, you know. The Autumn War is an emotional subject for Gridanians, the older generation especially, and for us bards it is also notable for the involvement of singing archers. In the course of your mission, I dare say there will be much to rest for the Capon, and yet many opportunities to grow. I wish the three of you the best of luck. Anyways, any further ado, let us make haste to 9 Ives before Guidelar can exercise any more indiscretions. Well, not you. You're gonna do. I believe that's the self quest. Yep, and that's the other thing. Behold, I can twirl. This is mostly because I wanted to make myself look like this as a machinist. See, I look like a hitman. Or something like a hitman. Woo! 21, 22, 23. Ah, woo woo. God, I hate it when my computer's not loading. Oh, there it is. Hey, they're in their adventuring gear. I should be red. You know what? I'm going to, because I want to look like an adventurer too. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to right back. That looks pretty good. Add on. Oh. Yeah, actually. No, that's not really. Roll. Alright, let's do this. Look more like a proper. Yeah, we look like an adventuring party now. Although we need a tank and a healer.
Well, my friends, I'm Norvel. Val, an humble citizen of Gradania, and I see you received my letter. We've come as you bid the tome, if you would be so kind. Ah, but I never said that I had it, and to be clear, I do not. What? Then why did you summon us here? Some patience, my friend. I will explain. You see, like many Gradanians, I have an ancestor who fought in the Autumn War. It was he who first learned the tomes in question after the fighting had ended. In turn, I learned of it from my parents, and since then I've dreamed of poring over its pages. Alas, as it lies deep within Alamegan territory, I was resigned never to have the chance. But then the brave soldiers of the Alliance took Baelsar's wall, and the way was made clear. When I heard the tidings, the flames of my boyhood passions were rekindled. Finally, I can fulfill my dream. Or so I thought until I told myself before I thought better of it. I am no soldier, you see, and the prospect of wandering a war-ravaged land in search of a tome is frankly unrealistic. That is why I decided to reach out to your altar for cooperation. Based on my parents' accounting, I'm confident that I can track down the tome, and I will help you to find it. I asked only that you take me with you. So what do you say? I am but a commoner and know little of the ways of nations, but it seems to me such secrets as the tome conceals would be harmful for diplomatic relations. Is that not so? So, if we wish to find the tome, you must agree to your company. Quite a demand to make of your nation. You've got stones. That's for sure. I like it. Are you serious? The citizen is essentially holding us at ransom, and you're praising him for his stones? Look at it this way. We don't know the tomes exist, nor have we the faintest where to look for it. Better to have help than to fumble about blind. I reckon. Come on, Gudrak, back me up here.
Seems we have no choice. I suppose you have the right of it. Whether we like it or not, we would struggle without Naurvel's knowledge. Very well, we agree to your terms, and here is ours. You must obey our orders at all times.
To the letter, sir. You shan't regret bringing me along. On.
First, we will make for Castromorians, presently held by the Otter of the Twin Atters. Hence, we shall make our way into the unknown. Unknown for you guys. I've been there hundreds of thousands. Hundreds of thousands. Twirl. To the frings. I will fly through the heaven. Wait, I do have that minion, don't I? Omega, Queen, Alpha, Rahatia. Do I have the mushroom? Yes, I do have the baby bun. The baby bun. Huh. Already 20 minutes in, I'm still doing the first quest. Ah.
The armies of the four nations united under one banner and one purpose. A sight to stir the spirit.
Depending on how his character goes, it's gonna either become more ridiculously weird, or well, where to now?
Pray do not be hasty, Master Sanson. And before we venture into the wilds of Irabanya, we would do well to acquaint ourselves with the lay of the land. As a serpent captain, it would be a matter of you to secure permission for us to remain here just long enough for to get our bearings.
I suppose it would be prudent. Very well. I will request permission from command. And I've got right to bonding with the locals. Anyways, always wanted to compare songs for the four nations, and the liquor besides.
The Master Guidelot is quite a character, isn't he?
Aye, that he is. Pay him no mind. Now then, I will make my own inquiries in the meantime. Why, you can lay low and refrain from bothering the garrison of the soon. Good. Gudrek, Guidelite and I shall tend to business here. Pray take your ease until we are ready to depart. Yeah, I need to. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Norvell might be an even bigger pain than Guidelite. Despite my expert instructions to keep out of the garrison's way, what does he do but go and bother every single soldier about? And now everyone here looks at us as... I brought a tome to record ancient details, but instead I'm filling it with the names of those to whom I must apologize. I am sorry if I've caused trouble, but it's simply more effective than I must made the inquiries myself. What a man says amounts to only half the story. How he says it gives you the rest. Besides, I felt compelled to make up for Master Guidelot. All he seems to be doing is drinking and singing. Well, appearances can be deceiving with him. He has his own way of acquiring information. Speaking of which, I am curious as to what he has learned. Gudrek? Might I ask you to look around the castrum for him? I will keep an eye out. Keep a close eye on Nora Pavel. In the meantime. Got a lot?
Samson wants to know what I know, does he? Well, might be as I've learned a thing or two, but I ain't ready to share it yet. Still need to clear up some details. See, and I am not one to finish tales. It ain't bardly. So I'm sure you can appreciate. Seeing as you're here, though, there is something I could use a hand with. Of late, masked bandits have been terrorizing the area. Not even Alliance soldiers are safe, it seems. The brazen bastards set out on a patrol just the other day, and now a Tornado scout. Late to return, and chances are the bandits are at it again. I want you to go and check things out. I'll go myself, but I need to keep an eye on our friend, Nourville. He's been acting queer since we've got him. There will be more to tell later. But for now, you'd best be on your way to the soldiers were bound for Skeza, the ruins to the northeast of you.
My bird boy. All right. Thank you. They fell upon me with nary a warning. They knew I was coming. We altered our patrol route on a regular basis, but they knew. What's more, it was as though they were barring my way. But now it's not the time for speculation. I must take word of this back to my superiors. My thanks again, friend. I should do the hunting log for this thing.
There you are, Gudrak. There you are, Gudrak. So, what happened? Was it the bandits after all?
Masked bandits? In the area? And you have an encounter with them? Thank the matron you did not come to harm. Guidelot, why do you not see fit to share this with us?
I knew it was nothing, Gudrak. I couldn't handle alone. Besides, I have some business with of my own. Someone to keep an eye on. I cannot imagine who that might be, Master Guidelot. I owe you an apology. I'd assumed in error that you are not doing your work. Unorthodox though your methods may be, and there is no doubt their effectivity. Ain't no trick to that I do. Everyone's got a song and what's close to their hearts. Got a song what's close to their hearts. And with a bit of camaraderie in the cups, they'll tell you what it is. And then I strum their song over a heart to heart is all.
Thanks to Guidedot, we are able to learn of the recent incident. So I ask you, will you not have a little faith in us?
I am not certain I understand.
Look, Noravel, we're making a stop here. We're making a stop here for your request, that we might gather information for our search, but not once did you tell us what it is we should look for. But now we have more than a solid grasp of the region beyond. What should we be doing?
Oh my, did I neglect to tell you? My profound apologies. The tome we seek. It's said to rest in the place connected to Glailbard, the general who led the Alamean forces during the Autumn War. Now that you mention it, the masked bandit appeared on the way to Schism, and Gilbard was a known devotee of the Fist of Rauka. Just taking a wild stab here, but might be as they're also after the tome. An unsettling notion. Shall that be the case? We haven't any time to waste. I will go and make some inquiries. Immediately.
Wait, I didn't give you permission.
Leave him be. Leave him. There's something you two need to know.
I got this from the soldiers, but Noravel's been sneaking outside the cash room while our backs were turned. Bastard's been acting right fishy since we got here. And he tenses up good when the subject of the masked bandits came up. Oh, whatever his true motives may be, we must bring them to light. Rather than reel him in, let us give him some line to act. There is no telling what Norvel will do next. While we keep watch, please see that you are ready to deal with any.
This is actually going a lot faster than before. If this ends up being an hour, then I'll probably be able to, yeah. What's it called? The Beast Tribe thing.
We've continued our surveillance of Norval's activities. It's beyond a shadow of a doubt that he has an ulterior motive. In order to find the tome, it's past time where we took our search to the field, but anyways, he finds an excuse to stall. Whenever I suggest investigating the ruins or that, he would inevitably claim we haven't enough information. It's plain he doesn't want us out there. Nay, bastard wants all the outside goodness for himself. But try as we might, we haven't been able to find out where he sneaks off to. Further than the bird, that one. Meanwhile, the masked bandit continues ambushing allied patrols, and they always know exactly where and when to strike. It's a thorough. It is as though they have inside information of the patrol routes. The only explanation being there's a mole in the garrison leaking intelligence. The only explanation. Oh. And who would that mole be, save for Naravel? Every move of his marks him. Every move marks him as the prime suspect. We know little and less of Naravel's plot, but it can only lead to ill. We must needs bring it to light, and swiftly before we can do any more harm. To that end, Guidelot and I have been keeping Norvel close while allowing him no chance to act. By now he will be positively itching to rendezvous with his accomplices. And this is where you come in, Gudrak. We need you to feed Norvel with some false information that I am in an alliance meeting with and Guidelot a drunken stupor. Our man will not pass up the chance to sneak out, and he is like to do so with greater haste than usual. This will afford us a opening to shadow him to his destination. A drunken stupor, really? Not so flattering, I know, but you cannot deny that it is believable. Now then, Gudrak, pray go to Norvell and plant our misinformation. Once you have done so, come and meet us outside the castrum.
Love that they're really good friends now. Now Val. Now Val.
Both of them unavailable, and there I was, ready to strike out on the trail of a promising lead. Well, disappointing as it is, the search will have to wait. Now, if you will excuse me, I have some business to attend to.
Sanson?
It worked, my friend. Now Ravel rushed out of the castrum not a moment ago. He was heading east, towards a ruin called Gir Kahim. Was headed for Gir Kahim. Guidelad trails him. Even as we speak, come, let us join the chase. But the second mouse gets the cheese.
Fly me to the moon and let me among the stars. Secret Autumn. One autumn secret.
It's a good old-fashioned tryst. Let's have ourselves a pic, shall we? We have it, my lord. Turned it up among his retainer's possessions. At long last. At long last. Gilbud's journal. Not a moment too soon. I'll just about outstayed my welcome at the garrison. What? When that adventurer caught us falling onto the patrol, I had feared that the game was up. But thankfully the other two are blind fools. All this time watching me, and they haven't seen a thing. We'll only skim the tome, but it seems you're right about what happened to Lord Van Chalon. Was there ever a doubt? Once we return to Gardania, make knowledge public. None shall harbor as much as shred of sympathy for Alamigo. That shall pave the way for us to propagate Lord Vanchalin's will and advance our agenda. At last, we've discovered Naurvel's purpose, and the tome is right before our eyes, no less. Commander, Louis Huiswa spoke of a faction that vehemently opposes our aiding Alamigo. I dare say we have found them. But how did Naurville come to lead such a crew? And what is this talk of Evangelon?
What the Galian general sung about in nigh 100 songs, who led out forces against Gilbards in the Autumn War,
Only to die of an illness before the fighting was over. Aye, the very same. Having lost his leadership, we would have lost, or entirely had the other nations not come to our aid.
Don't know about the rest of you, but it seems to me that our damned little secret
Pertains to Evangelon. And Naurvel seeks to use it to stoke the fires of anti-Alamigan sentiment to some sinister end. This cannot be borne. We cannot let them have the journal. Are you with me? Norvel cannot be allowed to have that tone.
How did you?
No matter. You can't stand.
Hey there! You think you can hide from me? I can bend my freaking bow. God, I freaking... Yeah, you thought you can have me? I can bend my bow. Or arrow. See you there, boy. Gotcha.
Perhaps you are. Perhaps. Perhaps you are not such blind fools after all. Very well, take your journal. I take it, read it, know the vile crimes the Alemegans committed against Lord Van Chalon, against my own blood, and see the folly of aiding such harmless people. What? What do you mean, your own blood? Did I mishear? Did he just say that Van Chalon was his ancestor? Aye, that's what it sounds like. Van Chalon, the folk hero, loved by all, celebrated in countless songs. And that pain, and the Veers, his descendant, never would have guessed. Any road, we've got bigger concerns. Let's see what this musty old tome guy is hiding. To Van Chalon, I extend an invitation to negotiate peace. The meeting must be secret, I explained, but not all of my officers share my view. My opponent accepted. My opponent accepted, and then arrived at the appointed hour. Peace. Everybody knows there was no peace on offer. The hell is this about? Wait, it continues. Without suspicion, he took his seat, and without suspicion, he drank the poisoned wine. This effect was swift and sure, and without moments, the man lay dead on my feet. Wait. Van Chalon was murdered by poison? To this day, Lord Van Chalon remains an object of worship amongst many Garleans. Were they to learn of this, it would pose a serious ongoing impediment to diplomatic relations. There's no denying that some Alemegans did some terrible things in the past, but what
Naurvel's trying to do isn't any better. Might be as he's after the truth, but nothing good will come of this, and certainly not any decent songs. The truth. Tell me, Gaidalat, when we surrendered this journal to our superiors, what do you think they would do with the knowledge? The seed seers. The seed seers aside, I reckon the brass that's at the adder's nest will want to cover it up, bury it nice and deep, and pretend it never existed. Nor would I put it past them to exploit the knowledge to gain leverage in dealing with Alamigo. But whatever they might do is none of our concern, is it? Duty compels us to hand the journal over to headquarters. You're the leader of our merry band, Sanson. Duty compels me to obey your orders, shite through, though they often are. The decision whether we hand over the journal or not. Gaidalat would entrust this decision to me. What of you, Gudrak?
We should all decide.
No, forgive me this unseeming display. Gaidalat has the right of it. As the leader, mine is the burden of the decision. At any rate, this ain't the place for moral dilemmas. Let us go back, get ourselves back to the castrum afford. Naurvel and his mates decide they want to have another go.
Maybe I should have been wearing Shire gear too. Also, he's not wearing the Dragoon Shire gear.
Gaidalat has disappeared, or whatever it is in the somewhere in the castrum, giving me room to ponder matters. I shouldn't doubt. It seems reading through Gildabad's journal. I've since read through Gildabad's journal, and I'm afraid there is no two ways about it. He summoned Van Chalon under the pretense of peace and slew him with poison. However, However, one mystery remains. It appears one of Evangelin's sons was present at the fateful meeting. Landrinel was his name, and he narrowly escaped with his life. But instead of crying bloody murder, he announced that his sire had died of illness. Is a man who witnessed his own flesh. Here's a man who witnessed. Here is a man who witnessed his own flesh and blood stained, and in the most underhanded manner, yet he concealed the truth. Why did he do this? I do not understand. But it avails us aught to agonize over the motives of those who lived in the past. Nay, our quarrel and it avails us aught to agonize over the motives of those who lived in the past. Nay, our quarrel concerns the future. Quarrel. For the future of both nations and truth is best kept buried. No good can come from thinking it up. It's crystal clear what must be done. And yet, though my mind sees the logic, my heart rebels against the idea. Forgive me, Gudrak, it seems I require more time to think of it.
Get distracted, it's taking longer.
The instant we handed Gildebard's journal to headquarters, the truth of Van Chillin's death is all but guaranteed to be struck from history. I've thought long and hard on a course of action that we should do with the tome. I believe I'm drawn close to the answer. Before I make my final decision, however, I would ask that your honest opinion. Do you think that sordid truth of the Autumn War must be made public knowledge, even should it jeopardize our relations with Alamy? Assert its credibility. Verily, sound choice indeed. Choice deemed a sound grasp of the situation. As ever you are. An island of calm reason amidst a cloud of chaos. Shit. Thank you, Gujak. As the leader of our unit, I am now ready to make my decision. Let us find Gildelat. He will wish to hear it too. So, you've made up your mind then, but what to do with the truth? I have. I shall go to Adder's Nest and entrust the journal to our superior's care, but above all, we cannot allow it to be used as an instrument of hatred. Having said that, neither will I stand for the truth to be erased. I will oppose any attempts to do so with all my being. I'm not sure I understand. What do you want to do exactly? I will hand over the journal on the condition that the truth be revealed one day. The people are ready to accept it. Call me indecisive, but I cannot bear to see tome misused, nor the truth willfully buried. Well, look at you, Sanson. The stiff,
standing his ground. Going goes without saying that I'm with you, Chief. Ain't no one gonna exploit or erase history on my watch.
Thank you, my friends, for trusting in me.
Don't let it get to your head, though. Had your decision not been to my liking, I would have knocked you flat on your arse, resigned from your swaying unit.
As much of your decision never change.
As much for your decision.
Never change, Guidelot.
Captain Sanson, right? Some fellow asked me to pass this letter to you.
This is from Norvell.
The journal is yours to do with you as wish, but you take it away. I would speak with Gudrak and Gudrak alone. One last time, I await you in dim world by the pretense alone.
Oh, this reeks.
Tell me it doesn't.
But if this is a trap, why would Norvell ask for the strongest of us? He might truly have something important to say. Conversely, it would also offer us a chance to convey our intent. I am loath to expose you to danger, my friend, but will you go to this meeting?
I don't like the idea of you going alone, but that defeats the purpose of the meeting. At the first sign of danger, though, go get out of there fast, alright? We fly.
Yep, it's a trap. Oh, he's luring me away so he can attack the others. A bosom buddy. Yep. I don't remember this quest that much, but that's what I think is happening. I'm gonna change my title because I think I have more fun one than
A Bard's Tale Part 3.
it's gonna be Secrets of the Autumn.
Ah, you're back in West Sanson. Another letter arrived right after you left, asking for him to come as well. You're really alone then? Swine me. You were just the diversion. Sanson was the real target. I thought it'd be alright seeing as you'd be there, but I should have gone as well. God strike me down as a fool. If you didn't see Sanson, they must have nabbed him on the way to Dim World. Come on, we have to find him. Sanson's book was lying here. They left a message in blood. The goddamn murmurs. We have your friend. We have your friend. We have your friend, and we'll send our price to the Atter's Nest. That whoreson can take his ransom and shove it up his arse. Going to storm their hideout, tear 'em all new one, and free Sanson. Damn it, Gudrak. You always be so calm. It's downright contagious. You're right, of course. We don't even know where the bastard's taken Sanson. We need help if we're going to save him. Come on. Let's hurry back to Gridania to the Twin Adders. Adder's Nest.
Greater teleportation. Right, one more left. And I could probably do it under 30 minutes.
I've reported the situation. They're going to call a meeting to tell strategy. As for Gilbard's journal, I'm still holding on to it. Told him it's for the chief to handle. They're not too pleased, fancy that. Seems unlike our friend. Seems unlike our friend, Sanson. I don't have much faith in our order. Don't trust them to act in our best interest. The journals are bargaining chip not only with them, but Narvels besides. Well, would be good to bring old Jantel into it as well. He'd want to know and might
even have some sage advice to share. But for now, we sit tight, wait to see what the Oda and Naravel will do, and then we plan some doing of our own. Till then, rest up and save your strength. Drac, we're gonna need it. Gonna... Good timing, Gudrak. Naravel's demands have just arrived for the Adder's Nest. In exchange for Sanson's freedom, they're to release the contents of Gildabad's journal to public. Bastard wouldn't be satisfied until the Guardians ate all of Alamigan's guts. The brass had us deliberating on a course of action as we speak. Not much we can do now, but wait. A command has made its decision. You will not wish to hear it. But the Order rejects Naravel's demands. He and his band are to be summarily eliminated. What? Hold on just a minute. You won't even try and negotiate Sanson's release? As a nation, we cannot bow to the acts of intimidation. I'm afraid negotiations were never an option, and here I must repeat the order of you to relinquish the journal at once. So what you're saying is you're banning Sanson. You're going to let him die. Here's the great Van Chalon's hero to all Garleans, but you won't even lend an ear to his descendant. Oh no, instead you choose to ease your way out. Just kill everyone, even your own men. Wash away the blood, we pass with more blood. Just to be clear, I ain't siding with Naravel. There's no excusing his methods. There's no excusing yours either. It's bullshit. That's what it is. Now, pray do not be so quick to despair, for I was simply relaying the outcome of Command's deliberations, a deliberation in which the elder Seetsier has no part. As you say, Gaidala, the authors are bullshit. Not the words I would have chosen, but you speak the truth nonetheless, and I, for one, have no intention of abiding by them. The decision was largely influenced by a handful of our leadership and not the boldest handful. If I am to add, it is plain for the fact that they have no idea to bring the matter before the Seetsier. Captain Schmidt is a dear comrade like you. I will spare no aid in any effort to rescue him. And I am pleased to say that we are not alone in this sentiment. As a matter of fact, I have already reached out to my Lancer and Archer acquaintances, and they stand ready to aid our cause. Oh, now we're talking. There's still hope for the Ota, if it has good blokes like you, Basse. I would thank you not to call me that. Now, the Ota will move as soon as they assert the enemy's location, so time is of the essence. Idala, pray take word of the developments to
Jihantil. Tell. Jihantil. Meanwhile, Gudrak, I need you to bear word to the Ku Guild Masters Lucian and Yue. Tell me then. Tell them that the time is nigh and pray return here swiftly. And pray. Lucina. The time is nigh, then. Very well, we shall make ready to depart at once. When the call came, full many has offered their bows. There is not a soul here who knows not of you and Jihantel and Gaidelok. And together let us rescue Sanson.
Oh, because Sanson would be a member of the Lancers Guild, of course.
I, Vorsilli Verseo, has briefed me on the situation. Sanson once trained in these very halls, and I should like to hear his excuse for being captured so easily. At any rate, we count on our lances. That Sanson was one of our own is reason enough. This request came both you and my long-time friend, Vorsail himself. for sale. There you are, there you are, and not a moment too soon. And things have begun to move. Our scouts report that Norvell and his band has seen return to the Twelves Woods. They have made their lair in the North Shroud near the shards of Dalamud. Even as we speak, the Order mobilizes a unit for an assault. We must be there again, ahead of them. Set out at once and make first for Adder Springs. I will instruct the others to join you there. I remain here to stall our forces as long as I can. Godspeed.
I'm gonna change.
Well, they're ahead of the Twinata crew. We're ahead of the Twinata crew. Let's keep it that way and get right to work. Our good friends will be taking the sentries and secure the area. We're free to get close to Narville and give him the thrashing he deserves. Well. I was not expecting you two here to deliver the Guardian answer, are we? You wish, you craven whore, son. Whatever your demands are, it ain't got nothing to do with us. So you're acting alone. I thought you had some wits. Or do you care that little for your friend? Kill Sanson before you get your answer, and all deals are off. Everything you've worked up in smokes. Or do you care that little for your goal? Heh, mayhap you have some wits, after all. But clever though your ploy may be, have you the strength to back it up? Oh, don't you worry about the score. we're gonna knock you around so hard all the scales will fall from your eyes. And if that ain't enough to make you see clearly, I'll even slap in a song. Something lively to wake you up from your misguided beliefs.
Hey, how do you have a Mechanist move? That's cheating. Gotcha.
Why? Why don't you not understand? Why do you not see the Alamegans for the filth they are? Let every spear be thrust for every people. That song, how do you know it? I learned it. I've learned it just recently. With a short spot of help from Jiha Antel here. He showed me Van Chalen's grave, which I understand your family's been tending to for generations. The song was engraved on the headstone. It's a fine piece, and it ain't hard to see why your ancestors loved it. Take up arms that we might have peace, and so the words go. Words that came from Van Chalen's himself, as a matter of fact. The Autumn War gave birth to a great many anthems, and a good many of them borrowed his words. Take a look and you'll notice a recurring theme: peace and harmony. How dare you preach to me of my ancestor,
For generations my family has sought justice for Lord Van Chalen. You couldn't possibly comprehend our pain. Not us, perhaps, but I dare say your great-grandsire, Lord Landrinell, could comprehend it better than any man. He witnessed his own sire murdered before his eyes. He knew the painful truth, yet he chose not to. He chose to keep it safe. Why was this, do you suppose? It was because he knew that, all above else, his sire desired peace. Had it been made known that their hero was struck down by treachery, ordinary Gardenians would not have been satisfied with protecting their home. Nay, they would have demanded justice. They would have demanded blood. The war would have raged on, leaving yet more dead and destruction in its wake. And the peace that Lord Van Chalen dreamed of would have gone up in smoke. Knowing this, Lord Landrinell. Spare me your lies. Lord Van Chalen desired Alamigan's destruction. You cannot tell me otherwise. Tell me, young man, did it not strike you as odd that I knew of Lord Van Chalen's grave, that which your family has kept secret all these years? The explanation is simple. I had the honor of knowing Lord Landrinell. Like you, he admired Lord Van Chalen and everything he'd stand for. And what he stood for, first of all, was peace and harmony. If you would honor both their memories, you would do well to honor these ideals. No, this cannot be. My ancestors despised Alamigo, yes, they all did. If not everything I've labored for, all the blood, the tears, have been for aught. I ask not that you forget, but know that neither will we forget. I ask that you forgive, but know that neither will we forget. When the time is right, I will see that it is that all knows of Lord Van Chalen's great sacrifice. This I swear in Norfisa's name. I ask only that you believe in your ancestors' fervent deed, in a brighter future, one of our own shaping, undarkened by shadows of the past. Gardula? I sent the others back. We can deal with the rest ourselves. Worry not, Drek. I am quite well. Thanks to you and Guidelot, it ended with only a few cuts and bruises. But ere I may rest, I must see to our last task. Make good on my promise. To Naravel. Come, let us return to Adder's Nest. To the Adder's Nest.
Behold, the twirl. Twirl. Twirl? Twirl. Do I have both mounts? Yes, I have both mounts. Do I have both emotes? Oh yeah, that's the thing. The first two things that I got. I just need a few things. I need 90 more just so I can... Ooh.
My apologies for keeping you waiting, Commander. I have Gildebard's journal with me, and I will surrender it to you on one condition. Once the veracity of the tome's contents is asserted, the Order must take the truth public knowledge, to make the truth public knowledge when the time is right. On that we are of a mind, Captain Schmidt. Schmidt? Not only will I relay your terms to our leaders, I will speak strongly in favor. But know that mine is but one voice, and more shall be needed if we are to strengthen our cause. As such, we must rise through the ranks swiftly, to stand with you. I fear it will take me a while to attain that honor. To be fooled and taken captive so easily. I am still green as summer grass. 'Tis true. Tis true that the success of this mission is owed much to Grudrak, and you would do well to give him your profuse thanks. However, I suggest that you also give yourself more credit. You may have much to learn, but you will learn them in good time. This time you were faced with numerous trials, yet did you not accomplish your mission in spite of them?
Aye. Listen to Versi. We came back with the tome. No one can say we didn't do our jobs. Look at you, a bit of praise and you're a stunned worm. That won't do at all. If you're going to shape the future of our nation, you're going to have to shape up.
You're right, Guide Lot. From leading our unit to fulfilling my promise to Norvell, which must rest upon my shoulders. Come what may, I will ever stand tall and forge on. Gudrak? I may need you. I must needs go to file my report, but ere I leave, allow me to offer you my heartfelt thanks, not only for your invaluable aid, but for being an example to me. By following your lead, I will strive to become the best leader I can be. That my unit song might one day serve to rouse all Gardenia. And off he goes. Good that he's hale and hearty at any rate. I'll stick with Sanson for a while. Make sure he doesn't tear open any stitches in the meantime. Would you go and let Jahantil know we're returned? I'll be along myself soon enough. But speaking of the old man, to think he knew Van Chalen's son. You don't get to the age and not rub shoulders with legends or two, eh?
No. I need to get to the south. The Quarry Mare. I see. My thanks for bearing word. Though Sanson and Guidalot may not have endeared themselves to the Twin Otter's leadership, they have found a stalwart ally in Commander Hugh Swa. I must say it truly stirs the spirit to see the younger generation blaze a new trail. And I pray that Naurvel, too, will find his own path to walk. One that is paved, not hatred, but with hope. That leads to peace, both in the world and in his heart. It is what his ancestors would have wished. In him I see them, and it calls to mind my days spent learning bow and song under his great-grandsire. A kindly old man who tirelessly tended to his father's grave, never forgetting the ideals he stood for. Somewhere along Lord Vanchin's line, his ideals had faded away. But thanks to you and yours, they may yet be restored. And made bolder still by a truly a true remembrance of the past. Chateau Walker, and the world shall be better place for it.
Shit! I was paying attention to other things. A fervent desire to aid your comrades awaken a new melody within you. This concludes the Bard's Tale quest for Final Fantasy XIV Stormbringer. In order to undertake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. You must have registered a product key for Shadowbringers. You must have completed the main scenario quest of Shadowbringers. You must have completed the role quest Courage Born of Fear. So does this mean I can do the... No, I had to be level 80. I need to be level 8. The Harmony of the Heavens. Jihantel is at once jubilant and relieved to see you. Or submarine. You, sir, deserve a refulgent arrow. Refulgent arrow! Alright, did the thing I wanted to do. Alright, that's 2 hours. And honestly, I have I actually do have work tomorrow, like earlier than usual, so I think that'll be it. I was going to do another stream with the Alliance, the Shadowbringers Tribal Alliance quest, which, let me see how many quests that is. It's the Beast Tribe Alliance quest. It's 4. Maybe I can do it actually. You know what? I'll do it either Saturday or Sunday. And then I'll start doing things for what's it called? Get back into Shadowbringers and do the post MSQ and stuff, because I want to get back to relic weapon. But I'm gonna first do the role quests. Finish the role quests. I still haven't decided between Astrologian and White Mage, because I like playing Astrologian more than White Mage, but White Mage is a lot easier. And Blood for the Blood Lily. Anyways, that is indeed it for today. Because I can say that because it's still 11. I usually start between 10 and 11, and 10 and 7 PST. I started at 9 today, like yesterday. I should not start at 10 anymore. It's too late. So from 9 to 7, I start between 9 and 7 PST. Usually I start at 9. But can come to the live stream. Thank you for watching. Yeah, like and subscribe, and have a good morning, afternoon.